Well, just 4 years ago, Texas had 352 wineries. Now it is home to 547. The Lone Star State's wine industry has created 60,000 jobs.
The industry continues to grow tonight. Hank Cavanaro is diving into the world of Texas wines.
It's a good place to start a journey into Central Texas wines.
I actually had a vineyard before I had a winery, obviously.
This is Gary Elliott.
A vineyard, I started working on the vineyard about 1998.
He owns Driftwood Estates Winery, a winery that is one of the oldest in the region, but Gary knows the history of Texas wines goes much deeper.
Everybody says, they can't understand why Texas has wineries, because everybody thinks California or Washington, Oregon, New York. But they say one of the first vineyards ever planted in the country was in El Paso, and that was by the Spanish missionaries in the 1600s.
Fast forward to now. The industry has grown dramatically over just the past 2 decades.
When I started out, there were probably 35 wineries in the whole state. Now there's probably between 400 and 500. It's just exploded. If you want to get real Texas wine made with Texas grapes, there are a number of wineries now that do 100% Texas grapes in the wine.
Nate Pruitt owns Bell Springs Winery in Dripping Springs.
Yeah, 11 years.
A winery that gets their grapes from other places, originally California, where Nate grew up. Then when he moved to Texas, he realized it could be done here.
They're starting to realize that we're a powerhouse. We're somebody that is making great wine, and we have a really good experience and lots of really unique geography, especially out in the hill country here for different wine settings.
Lewis Dixon is a former lawyer turned natural wine maker.
That's 21 years. That's a thick trunk.
This is a vineyard and winery he started on his ranch on the outskirts of New Braunfels.
I've been making wine since 2001 here in Texas.
These are all black Spanish.
It doesn't interest me just to make a good wine, no matter how good it might be. If the wine is not a teacher, if it doesn't show you something unique, then I don't have that much interest in it particularly.
That interest means he only makes 400 to 500 cases of wine a year, solely dependent on how his grapes are. Growth in a state that's growing in the wide world of wine.
Our wines can hold up to pretty much any state.